What's going on, everybody? Eric Lindquist at Stochastic here on the Odd Chapter channel, coming to you with another edition of Lindy's Links, Likes, Locks. Hit that like button, subscribe button, notification button. Goes a long way for me on this video. Goes a long way for you. That way you become apprised whenever great content is going live here at our little neck of the YouTube woods. Didn't bet Robert McIntyre. I've been cheering for him here. I kind of had a weird start to his season. I met him at the Masters like a year ago or so, and he was a lovely human being. Probably the coolest golf scene that we've seen in a long time. I don't do a ton of golf coverage anymore, but I still bet it all the time. Really cool to see a father-son W. His dad was on the bag, flew in. He's been homesick. Unbelievable story there in golf. Made me feel good, you know. And coming off of last week where Friday finished out on a high note, we ended up sweeping the board there. Just some intolerance there that exists in the YouTube chat. You can say whatever you want. I'm not going to be looking at comments anymore. I needed like a feel-good story because even off of Friday where everything went perfectly well and people are sending me screenshots of 30-1, 40-1 W's, they just single game parlayed all of my plays or just parlayed all of my plays in general. It was still kind of a bummer weekend. So I hope you guys saw that because it was really cool and put me in a better mood. But I just want to let you know you guys can fire up whatever you want there. We're back to the 500 mark. Locks haven't been as good as they've been up to par in previous seasons so far, just batting 500. Got two of them on the card here for Monday, but wanted to just say from the get-go, I see things. So just, you know, be respectful. I'm working my tail off and we're profitable again now for the season. So it's been good. Been good. The likes have been very, very profitable over any sample size outside of the first 3 days of last week. But yeah, anywho, 2-2 unlocks for the week last week too. Had two of them on Friday. I had one on Friday. Had two on Wednesday. Tampa Bay, Oakland. See, I remember all this stuff. I'm like, Rain Man. Anywho, that was a long intro. Let's get into it, shall we, producer Jacob? We got 8 games. It's going to fly. Going to be a quick one. We'll talk about MGM. We'll talk Odd Chopper and all of those things. Again, I know 99.9% of you are respectful and appreciate the analysis and appreciate the in-depth looks. And I will keep that in mind and not always focus on the negative. But anywho, producer Jacob, let's get to the picks. Starting off our day, Wilson going up against Zach Wheeler. No line here because it's not official that Wilson is going to be starting, but I am 99.9% positive that that's who ends up getting the ball. He's been pretty decent so far at times. Well, it's pretty decent so far at times. It was quite the Ibarra introduction here for Mr. Bryce Wilson, but 45.7% hard hit is not good. A 445 expected slugging is not good. Just a 19.6% K rate is not good. So how is he getting by right now with a 1.23 whip and a 3.19 ERA? I will tell you, the fastball, he is just absolutely chucking it. It's a cutter-sinker combination that he is just getting opportunities to get batters out. It's just ground ball stuff is down 38.8%. He'd been up around 40% for his career, 28.1% fly ball rate. It's just kind of unsustainable. I don't know. There's just no way that I would be betting against Zach Wheeler here in this spot. So Philly minus 1.5. Obviously, the run line will be the only option here, but we're talking about one of the best pitchers in baseball, and Zach Wheeler. Is the price right? You know my relationship with this Milwaukee freaking lineup. I have no idea what's going on every single time. Still number 2 in baseball in WRC+. So yeah, we're going to probably stay away from this as is, but if I do anything, I'll go for the big swing. And game number 2, we got the Mets. We've got the Washington Nationals, Mr. Tyler McGill. He's going to be on the mound for the Mets. And again, they've had an eventful last week, that's for sure. But weather is conducive for hitting. It has been here for a little bit. Wind blowing out around 80 degrees. Arizona Diamondbacks put up a bazillion runs there the other night. But anyway, Brandon Nimmo, still been good. JD Martinez up to 51.2% hard hit. They might want to start baiting him before the trade deadline. Take a look. It's in our book, Reading Rainbow. But Mackenzie Gore, he's been the ace for this team. 36.1% hard hit, 300 xWOB, but 29.1% K rate. But I'm actually looking at McGill on the other side. There's a prop that kind of interests me that popped on my spreadsheet. I've got it around a 3.5% expected ROI. So that's pretty good. That's going to be kind of what we're looking at. That's the threshold of what I want to make this a playable prop. And I don't always throw these in here on these videos because I don't always get them the night before. But there you go. Tyler McGill, under 2.5 earned runs. That, friends, is something I'm very interested in over on DK for tomorrow. We got ourselves Grayson Rodriguez and Kevin Gausman going at it. A little AL East action. That'll be fun for tomorrow. But we've got Grayson Rodriguez with a 42.5% hard hit, 225 expected batting average, has a 28% K rate, but a little bit of he's a 24-year-old, so you're going to get these weird slates, these weird games where just out of the middle of nowhere, he gets shelled. Well, not out of the middle of nowhere. He faced a Red Sox team that has some lefty power, and lefty power when he was pitching at home there, that was going to be problematic. Still went 6 innings, still had 10 strikeouts, but 4 earned runs with 7 hits given up. You're getting a little bit of everything here with Grayson Rodriguez, but overall, I've said this routinely, I think he has the best stuff of any starter here for the Baltimore Orioles. And yeah, Corbin Burnes is on that staff, so I'm aware Corbin Burnes is the better pitcher, and Corbin Burnes is going to be, he's a Cy Young winner before, but Grayson Rodriguez, I love the 4-seamer change. I think it sets up nicely for that slider too, coming off of it breaks away. But anywho, that's neither here nor there. Kevin Gausman, friends, he's the guy I kind of want to target to a certain extent. 39.5% hard hit, 451 expected slugging. He's also routinely been one of the best pitchers in baseball. We're talking about a number of these guys on today's slate where it's like, oh, yeah, Zach Wheeler, he's pretty good. But Kevin Gausman's incredible. But this season, it's been the struggle bus and an 8.7% barrel percentage. Want to make sure that we get that roof open in Toronto, paying attention to some of these weather factors and park factors. But Gunnar Henderson at a 539 expected slugging, 388 xWOBA, went yard again on Sunday. He's routinely been in this segment purely because I want to get you some prop exposure before we're going to go 5 in a row here. So 2 likes on the card, 2 locks, 2 props. This is the other one. Gunnar Henderson, 2 home run. Anything better than plus 295 against Kevin Gausman, that will make the card here. I think it's going to be close. So pay attention. Value is value. Huge value here, friends. $14.95 weekly, $49.95 monthly for Odd Shopper. Not just the OS premium tools, but also Discord insider access. That just means access to me, to Isaiah Suarez, to all of the people you know and love here at the Odd Shopper channel. Greg Ehrenberg, Ben Raza, my dude, absolute gold mine of information over at Odd Shopper in that premium Discord. Ask us betting questions. We have all of the channels set up for you to bet MLB, MMA over the weekend. That was pretty darn fun to watch and track. Greg Ehrenberg knows his stuff in those streets for sure, but check it all out for $14.95 weekly. And if you use promo code Lindy, bang, $14.95 turns into $12 for your first week. $49.95 would turn into $42 for your first week. Great opportunity, friends, to jump in at a low price point and see what we have to offer. Again, 50 turns into 40, Eric. So yeah, there you go. Had to double check my brain there. Anywho, that's all. Back to the picks we go. With Tariq Skubal on the mound, there's really only one thing to do with these Detroit Tigers, and that is directly into the heart of a first 5 money line or run line type situation. But Nathan Eovaldi on the other side, he's going to get the respect that he deserves here in terms of the price for this game. It's not going to be one of these heavy favorite Tariq Skubal spots or not any favorite Tariq Skubal spots. And this guy is the favorite in the AL Cy Young by a pretty considerable margin right now. We've seen the NL odds fluctuate quite a bit, but a 2.42 expected ERA, the dude is just absolutely nailed. He's the best pitcher in baseball so far to this season. Don't think it's close. And so with that said, it's going to be in Texas. I'm very curious where we get these opening numbers, but I think for me, it's going to be first 5 once anything becomes available. So just be paying very close attention as numbers roll out. This one, it's going to be first 5 or bust for me here. I don't think odds makers really know where to put this line at, because I'm going to be wanting to bet Skubal about as soon as it drops. So it's got to go in the lean category because we don't have it here. But first 5, yes, I don't want to be backing this Detroit team for too long, that's for sure. The first of 2 money line locks, and I gotta say, both of them are favorites, which kind of makes me uncomfortable. I like the dog money lines. I feel like they've been the more profitable side for me this season. Looking at my spreadsheet, betting dogs on the road has been really nice for me in the like department. Sure, you're not going to hit 500. Again, you don't need to when you're getting plus money in some of those spots, but I think this is a really weird number to be getting it open here. Minus 160, minus 165 on the Houston side. That should be closer to minus 190 considering the quality of pitcher that Kyle Gibson is and the travel factors. So I don't talk about this a whole lot because it's not a big, oh, they've done this over their last this many games guy. Or, you know, Eric, oh, do you even watch the games? I watch baseball all the frickin' time. But at the end of the day, there's so much noise because you can find meanings to numbers that don't really matter. Oh, did you know that they can't win on Mondays? Well, depends. Have they been traveling? Has there been something that's actually tangible that goes into it? Or is it just like, oh, whenever they wear their city jerseys, they're 5-0? Like, none of that means anything to me. What means something to me is when you have a team in St. Louis playing Philly in the ESPN game this evening and then flying back into Houston to take on Justin Verlander with some of his metrics. 28.2% hard hit so far is awesome. 220 expected batting average is awesome. Up to a 23% K rate. Anytime you get to go up to Seattle, that's going to bolster the K rate a little bit there. So don't want to go completely crazy looking into too many of those numbers because, well, he just got done facing Seattle. 9 strikeouts. Every righty is finding strikeouts against that ball club. That's for sure. What is their exact number now? At the 28.8% K rate in the sheet, the top of the bar. That's first in baseball against first strikeout rates. But anywho, St. Louis has a 24.5% K rate. They have a 104 WRC plus. They're going to be facing a righty here tonight in Taijuan Walker. We'll see how that ends up going. But everything that potentially goes into this number it's not necessarily being priced and baked in here right now. I don't see how this isn't north of minus 170 by the time morning comes around. I just don't see it. Maybe you have a St. Louis team that gets a ton of innings out of Lance Lynn and somehow doesn't have to utilize their bullpen against the Phillies. That'd be a little bit tilting, but I'm jumping in here now. I think you should be joining me at anything better than minus 175. Yes, it's a heavier money line. So if you want to combine the two money lines that I have on today's card, I don't completely hate that idea. Make it a smaller play them individually still. This is the way to do it. So Houston money line, friends, I absolutely love this spot for the Astros. I think this is a get right spot. We're going into Coors Field, friends. Cincy, they're the visiting squad taking on the Colorado Rockies, who I'm sure, well, they ended up winning one game against the Dodgers. Woo. Way to go, guys. Way to go. And then, well, yeah, Betts Freeman right out the gate today just said, yo, Austin Gomber, welcome to our lives. But it's two decent enough pitchers. Like Ryan Feltner is not bad for the Rockies. 18.6% K rate is not ideal. 256 expected batting average isn't all that. But looking at a 1.50 whip also makes it disturbing. 5.46 ERA looks especially disturbing. But it's altitude, and as much as I think he's a decent back on the road, 3.86 expected ERA, good stuff. This is a Cincy team that generally strikes out a lot against right-handed pitching. I don't think we're going to have an 18% K rate guy mow a bunch of them down. So all gets put in place since he does have a 146 ISO against them on the season. Only an 81 WRC plus, but lots of real estate up there in good old Colorado, and it's starting to heat up there too. So early to the party. This is actually juiced inside of minus 110, minus 106 right now on the Rocky side of things. So I think this is a get to it early kind of spot. 10.5, considering, well, Andrew Abbott is pretty good. Rockies, though, getting back into Colorado after being on the road against LA, this will be a fun situation for them, or for the Bats at least, that is. I think it's going to look pretty darn good. 10.5 being the opening number. I like more. You should like more. It's inside of minus 110. That makes me especially like it. BetMGM, you wanted some more money in your pocket? Well, this is a great opportunity to try to go do that. If you sign up over at BetMGM in the link below, friends, you get a first bet safety net up to $1,500. That is basically a fancy way of saying if you have $50 and you deposit it there and you bet $50 on your first bet at BetMGM, if it doesn't hit, you get it back in bonus bets. So same thing for $100, up to $1,500. That's a huge amount of real estate to take a big swing with your bankroll. And if it doesn't hit, you get the money back in bonus bets to take another swing, multiple swings, in fact. So check out BetMGM at the link below if you haven't signed up for it in your state. Routinely, some of the better home run numbers now. They've made really improved numbers in the home run department to try to, be more comparable to the FanDuels, to the Caesars, where we've seen some numbers of low-hanging fruit. DraftKings routinely been the worst place to go play home run props, so there's that. Let that be known. But BetMGM is a fantastic place to go do it. Sign up down below. Only if you're 21 and over. If you have a gambling problem, please call 1-800-GAMBLER. Back to the picks we go. Only 2 more spots. Hit the like button, subscribe button, notification bell as we go to lock numero dos. And this one isn't as egregious, calling myself out basically. Oh, here it go. Minus 165 is a lock. Yeah, that's what it is. Why is this just minus 130 with the Angels in free fall? Again, I like Logan O'Hoppe. I like Tyler Ward. Shouldn't say his name correctly. That'd be good. Taylor Ward. I like Joe Adell. I like pretty much everybody in the top of that lineup for the Angels. I think that there are some guys that have real potential. And then, of course, Luis Renifo now leading off for this team routinely. I think they're pretty decent, but Tyler Anderson is not good. 455 expected slugging, 340 xWOB, a 17.1% K rate. Angels travel from Seattle back to LA. San Diego, they're coming back to Anaheim a much better ballpark for hitting than they have routinely over at Petco, let that be known. But Matt Waldron, friends, this is mainly who I want to be backing here. And I looked at the first 5 numbers, and I think I'm better off just going for the full game situation. I think I get it. Well, Matt Waldron is awesome. 31.1% hard hit, 24.2% K rate. Overall this season, the 4.26 ERA, don't even care. 3.52 expected ERA. He's been unlucky, and he doesn't really do anything. That knuckleball is mainly what you're looking at with him. It is beautiful times to be alive, friends, along with the 4-seamer. Nolan Gorman home run. What a great start to my evening. Let's go. Let's go. That was in the premium Discord for the people. That makes me happy. But anyway, back to this one. San Diego money line. Lock it up, Freds. Better lineup. Better starter. Minimal price. Price and probability. Got this closer to like a 61% expected win percentage. Way undervalued here at minus 126 here. San Diego. Bet it up to minus 145, minus 150 range. Oh yeah, this is my favorite play on the card for tomorrow. San Fran, Arizona, kind of going out with a little bit of whimper, but you know what? It's only 8 games here on the MLB streets. We're able to go a little bit more in depth, take our time in a couple of these spots. And once you know what, San Francisco hates us, it just doesn't want to give me a starting pitcher. Plus, you just saw Duvall get lit up in that 9th inning against the Yankees. Yeah, you want to know if I'm watching baseball all the time? 4 earned runs there to blow the save and blow the game against the New York Yankees. 9th inning heroics there, 7-5 W. Double dong for Mr. Juan Soto. He's been pretty good. I remember when people were laughing at me, I was taking him first in my fantasy drafts. It's all right. That's fine. Ronald Acuna, I was just fine taking him too. If you wanted to take him at 1, you got really unlucky with Ronald Acuna this season, that's for sure. But pretty happy with Juan Soto shares. Took him everywhere I could because, I mean, this is just such improved situation. Yankee Stadium. And then apparently he's hitting double dongs in San Francisco now too. But anyway, about this spot, we're going to be in Arizona. Roof usually closed here in the summer months. Got to pay attention to some of that stuff. Got to go to MLB.com. I'm going to be light in some of these spots. You don't see a ton of locks showing up from this one purely because that is such a major park factor difference between roof being open in Arizona and then roof being closed. But in June, you can bet your sweet bippy. I don't know what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say San Francisco money line. I have no idea who's starting, but I know it's not Ryan Nelson, and that's a good thing. 294 expected batting average, 16.5% K rate. He's just peppering fastballs and getting hit up like crazy. And there's enough power there with Chapman, with Ramos now leading off there, Patrick Bailey, Mike Yastrzemski, Casey Schmidt goes yaya today. Lots of opportunities, I think, for San Francisco money line is a dog to pay off here, but tread lightly. Got to pay attention to that starter. And that does it for another edition of Lindy's Leans, Likes, and Locks. Head to the comment section below. Let me know your favorite plays that exist for this 8-gamer that we have before us on Monday. Very much looking forward to another week of work for you guys. If you want to join that premium Discord and hang out, again, $12 for a week, less than $2 a day to come hang out. See if the community's for you, and I'm pretty sure you're going to enjoy it, especially if I can have like Nolan Gorman hitting home runs right out of the get-go in the first inning. That makes me feel really, really good for the people. Anywho, let's get ourselves the heck up out of here. Lots of baseball, lots of opportunities, and then Thursday, we'll have NBA Lindy's for the NBA Finals. Sad my Timberwolves aren't there, but it is what it is, friends. We got a good one in store. Kyrie in Boston. Get your popcorn ready, producer Jacob. Thank you, sir. Until next time, friends, I'm Eric Lindquist. Best of luck in the MLB streets on Monday.